Hi and welcome to another art class with Wilna, and today we're going to make a scrapbook layout in an art journaling style, and it's going to be just a lot of fun. So I did prep my page with gesso and a card, just spreading it very thinly, and once that is dry I'm just going to use the Liquitex inks, and I'm just going to splatter some Prussian blue on the page. I'm going to wet my brush, and then I'm just going to lightly spread around the inks on the page. So this is a very intuitive process, and I really want you, if you want to play along and recreate this page with me, then just have some fun with it. And I think that is my main message for today's layout is let's have fun. Because in the end, I don't think scrapbooking is something that we should be taking too seriously. And I'm being very honest here. This is not an April Fool's joke. Um, I think I think we should just not take it so seriously and just have a lot of fun with it. So now I'm mixing in acrylic, white acrylic paint, and some pink, which is probably from a different page. And I'm just going to mix like a very light pink. So there's pink in there and a little bit of yellow. So you can see how I'm using from the other palettes. So sometimes you just use what you have, on your desk. And I'm very lightly just painting, using the markings of the blue, and just feel where it takes me, I guess, Again, this is not something that I pre-planned at all, but very intuitive, just painting a little bit, not making it more than it is. I mean, I'm just painting. If you want to listen to a very interesting conversation about how much is too much on a layout, then I would suggest that you listen to last week's, which is, let me just get my calendar here and I can tell you exactly. Well, today, a week ago, we recorded on the 12th of April 2016. We recorded a wonderful round paper. Okay, let's try that again. A round table paper clipping episode. And I'll have the link in the description below. We talk about this, and it's very, very interesting. So go and have a listen there on the paper clipping roundtable. There, I've got it, people. Paper clipping roundtable, April 12th. I was a guest on there and we talked about it. So it's very fascinating. Okay, so now I'm using a mint paint, and you can see it's rather transparent. And I'm just going to, again, layer it. It's almost like layering with transparencies, and that's what I love about digital scrapbooking or digital work, is that you can sometimes create a layer and adjust the transparency so that the bottom layer shines through, and that's almost what's happening there. And now I'm just coloring with a crayon. So this is a pastel, a oil pastel in pink, and I'm just making markings again, just having fun. And what prompted everything here was the bottom layer and how that accident happened. And then the pink was just, painted around those markings. And then again, the green was added, and then just those drops of white. And there you can see that all white and all dry. Maybe I should drink more coffee this morning. Anyway, I just want to talk about before I get to the frames and the photos. This is really not rocket science. This is just play. And this is what's making it fun. So now you have your background all done. And the white drops is Liquitex acrylic paint in white, which is amazing. So what I did was in Photoshop, I cropped 6 pictures of Yana to about 2.5 by 2.5 inches, or 2 by 2. I can't exactly remember. And then they fit the frame. So now I just used a little bit of hot glue, to adhere it to the photo, and I'm just cutting them out, a fuzzy cutting. And mostly what I'm doing is I'm just sliding my scissors underneath the frame so that I have, I cut the photo out. So that's how simple it is. This, to me, is the easiest technique to do this kind of thing. So if you want to adhere a photograph behind a frame, this is the easiest way for me to do it. I'm always looking for the shortcut, and because maybe just I'm very lazy. So this is the easiest way for me. It really feels like I'm falling over my words this morning. But anyway, it's maybe because I have so much work to do. I have something very exciting coming up this week, and I can't wait to share it with you later in May when it's being released. But yeah, I'm working on a zillion things. So you can see the 6 frames there. Now the whole thing becomes a polka to see which pictures is going to make it into this page. And even I only used 4, and the 2 that I didn't use will probably end up on a different page or a card or something. My initial thought was to use all 6, but I think because of the busy background, I just decided to keep it to 4, or maybe even 3, so let's see what happens. This video was shot so long ago, I can't remember. But I want to say this too. I love how this frames works with these photographs of Yana. The one in the top right hand, that photo, it looks like she has this hat on almost, with all these flowers. So I really love it. So this is the mint green that we used early on, and now I'm just mixing in a little bit more lime green, and I just want to add a touch of green. And again, you can see the fact that the bottom layer is shining through. I just absolutely love it. And I'm just adding a little bit of green just to make it pop a little more. And I think it's because of the green in the florals, so it just felt in my heart that it needs green. And this is what we talk about on the paper clipping roundtable discussion, that it's an incredible intuitive feeling, doing art journaling and these type of scrapbook pages, and it's not always so easy. It can be very difficult, and I've thrown away a lot of pages, but in the end it's so much fun, it's so rewarding, and it's this big moment when it comes together, and that's what I want you to experience with me. So I did stretch out my page on some chipboard, and I buy the chipboard at Michael's, and it's a thin chipboard page, but it's very sturdy. And you can see the paper made little creases, and I'm just going to run with it and play with it, and work with it. You can see also how pretty the green looks, complementing the little flourishes on the frames, and the pink of the background also complements the pinks of the frames. And now I'm just going to use a little bit of white and yellow. You can see I'm using the Liquitex inks, and I made a stripe of white, and I added a few drops of yellow, and I'm just going to paint it, maybe just to add a touch of yellow. And this is something that I absolutely love about the pages that I've been making lately, is just the colors. The colors are extravagant, and they are, and it's rare for me usually to work on a background with so much color. So it's almost a reverse thing that's happening now, is the fact that I'm using color as a background with a white border, because you can see I left like an inch border around the edges of white just to quiet everything down. I think the white spots, ink splatters in the middle, also quiets it down. And in the end, I guess that is just the balance. So it's, yeah, it's an intuitive process. It's not always so easy, but it's so worth it. Okay, so now white. Obviously, I need more white on the page. I think next time when I do a voiceover for my pages that I haven't worked on in a while, I should just keep the page next to me to see what's happening. Okay, so I'm painting over the yellow again. So maybe it was a little too yellow. And once this is dry, and this is where your heating tool is amazing. It's really a wonderful, it dries acrylic paint really well, you know. Things that it doesn't dry as well is gels and molding paste and so on. That needs to air dry, but the acrylic paint really works well. Okay, so let's try again. Put the 3 frames there, and I'm going to remove one frame and add a sticker, or let's see what I do. I'm using a little bit of hot glue, and I'm just placing it not on the picture but on the embellishment part, and now I'm just going to just adhere it, and this way I can be sure that nothing will fall off this page in a very long time. So yeah, I'm going to put that sticker adventure right there, and then just this little phrase that I wrote out, remember that thoughts become things. And this is something that this little lady really needs to learn, is that if your thoughts are continually in a downward spiral, then your life becomes a downhill spiral. And if your thoughts are upbeat, then it really reflects in your life, especially when you're a teenager. Okay, and then my trusted roller stamp by Glitz. Oh, I was ever so thankful that I bought these when I did. Just gonna do a couple of rolls with that beautiful blue, turquoise blue, and just that little bit of texture on the paper makes it so pretty. It just really lets it stand out. And now I'm just going to add a little bit more markings. And this is a number 1 round brush. And I love these little round brushes. And someone texted me or emailed me a question that why do I use the brushes with the long handles? And I just want to insert here, I was unsure of what that part of a brush is called, so I actually Googled quickly anatomy of a paintbrush, and it's really called a handle, you know, the stem of the brush, the handle. And the reason is because my water bottles are so tall. I know it's funny, hey, but really you can use a short brush with a number 1 tip, or you know, or you can use a long brush. Doesn't matter. The point is, I just love long brushes, and also because when I put the brush into my paint pots, then I can grip it further back like I do there, so that way my hands doesn't get smeared with paint and stuff. So I guess there's a logical reason for everything, hey, and it doesn't have to be this weird, you know, out there reasons. It's just very, very common sense, maybe. So I'm sorry if I disappoint the reader or the listener or the, you know, with that simple answer, but it's the truth. But anyway, so making just a little bit of markings on my page, and then I'm going to add these phrases. So, okay, what happened here is you can see that there's a little gap between the adventure sticker and the end of the frame just above it. And that's what I'm filling in. So the adventure sticker and the phrases that I'm adding there is also making a little square. Even if it's just a thing that your eye completes and not an actual square, but your eye will read it as a square. And this is what I love about grid design. So there you go. The page is all done. Thank you for watching, and apologies for my stumbling through my words. And I'll see you next week with a new page. Bye-bye.